Hey there, it's Anthony Metivier from magneticmemorymethod.com, and I wanted to take you through this infographic that I've created called How to Realistically Memorize a Textbook. And it was a lot of fun to put together for you, and it belongs to a few places on magneticmemorymethod.com, so you can check it out, and there'll be a link in the description below. The first thing that you want to do is examine the book. The front cover, the back cover, the table of contents, the index, the conclusion, and so forth. And from there, make a equation. You want to decide on how many points you want to memorize. So for example, 3 per chapter in a 10-chapter book equals 30 points. Now, why would you want to do this? Well, if you go in with a number in mind, then you're better able to actually accomplish that number. You know, it's not hoping and wishing and praying that you get enough. You just know what you're going for, and then you zero in on that amount. And trust me, if you give this a try, practice it with a book where you're not having an exam or anything like that, but just any book, I guarantee you will remember more from that book by going in and reaching a basic minimum that you have identified than if you try and get it all. Less is more, and your mind will magnetize that other information by hitting a minimum. So I like 3 per chapter. And you know, when I work on reading books in German, for example, when I'm improving my German, I just always only allow myself to make note of 3 words per page that I don't know and learn those 3 words per page. I wind up learning way more than if I was like stopping for every word that I don't know and then looking it up, you know? Limits and rules set you free to focus on the most important things. And you're going in and you're thinking, what is this important? Is this important? And you're better able to identify because you have this very, very targeted and specific mindset that I am going to walk away with 3 points from this chapter and I'm going to memorize them in detail. Then, you know, you can get enough index cards ready. Get the index cards that you need. And by limiting how much information that you want to memorize, you're going to prime your mind to find that best information, as I was just saying. So you can use your calculation and get only that number of cards prepared. Now, of course, you might need a couple more. So, you know, have a bank of, say, 10 extra or whatever. And don't feel that you have to use every single one, because some chapters will go by that don't require 3 pieces of information. So you got to be a bit flexible, of course. But I still think that these numbers, these rules, they will help you a great deal. Then you want to find the big points and jot them down on your index cards. So at this point, don't be using memory techniques, at least if you want to use this strategy. And you can, of course, use memory techniques as you go along, but, you know, you don't have to actually use your memory yet in order to get this stuff into memory. It's often useful just to wash it over, like a first coat of paint, right? Then make a memory palace. And a memory palace is simple. Just draw one like this. If you need help, there's training for how all this works, why it works this way at magneticmemorymethod.com. And there's a whole memory improvement kit that you may already have and may not. Or you may have had it in the past and ignored it and didn't use it. Come back and get a new one and use it. There's going to be a really interesting episode on the Magnetic Memory Method podcast soon with someone who first encountered the Magnetic Memory Method over a year ago, didn't use it, then came back to it, and boom, learning Japanese like crazy. I was so impressed by what he's done that I interviewed him on the podcast and have images from his work, his Memory Palace work, and some of the stuff he's doing is really incredible. But it's because he took action, and it's really easy to do. So if you've encountered this before and you haven't done it, come and do this. It really is life-changing. Now, you want to make sure that your Memory Palace has enough stations, right? So if you have 1 station per card, then you have absolutely a very, very good understanding of how many stations you're going to need in your memory palace, because you've decided on how much information you're going to walk away from the textbook in advance. Very, very powerful. So 1 station per card, right? And in case you're not clear what a station is, this is a station, number 25. What is number 25 from this student of the Magnetic Memory Method? It's a large table, right? So that's what's going to be placed there. Mitochondria are organelles that break down nutrients and create energy-rich molecules for cells. You know, that's quite something that could be important to know if you are studying medical terminology, for example. Now you want to create crazy imagery to help you recall the information. You want to make that information bright, zany, and exploding with action, just like this. Boom, right? It's just bizarre. And then you want to stick the crazy image on each card onto a memory palace station for recalling, and use that map that you've created in your mind now to go back to the information so you can recall it. And you practice recalling the information from going to station, and then you let the information grow into knowledge. And you pass every exam that you ever take with flying colors. So I hope that helped. It's just a real fast run through. If you're really interested, there's a new revised, it's not new, but it's a revised, updated as of today, post from an old question, which was, what if I wanted to memorize a chapter in a textbook so I could ace a test on that subject? And what I've done is I've gone through this and revised it and told a funny story, and then give you some mindset things that you need to relax. Really, a lot of this is about relaxation. I mean, seriously, underline, take a moment to relax. Not a very relaxing command, but take a moment to relax. Different things to read in a book. I gave some example with Gerard Genet, and how to manage index card mania in greater detail, and so forth. And this is really super powerful. This didn't get into the podcast version of it, actually, or did it? I don't remember. Kind of funny that some things escape our memory. But it's really, really in-depth post. And it's also in audio. So you can just click right here, or you can download it to your desktop. And it's somehow you can do this. Should be able to... well, whatever. Save link as. That's what I'm looking for, saying save link as. Okay. Or you play it in a new window as you please. And, while you're here, you might as well, if you aren't already, get the full memory training. And that's just on this side of the page. And you click this, and a thing will pop up, and get your email address. And you will learn more about memory techniques by being notified of new podcast episodes, new trainings like this. And there is a free video course that you're absolutely going to love. And so send me your questions as well. There is a discussion part on the bottom here of this post, and you're going to absolutely love reading the other comments that are already there, and you're going to love being part of the community and have people read your comments and interact with them as well. And of course, click these share buttons, because that's super important. And if you like content like this, please be a subscriber to this channel on YouTube, and get involved in sharing here on YouTube and leaving your comments here as well. I'd love to hear from you. So thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed making it for you. And until we have a chance to speak again, keep yourself magnetic.